Prayers for the dead. Not an Ebola victim this time around, but there are strict rules in force now for every burial. A new policy forced by the outbreak. And this is a new burial ground. Another result of the virus. Back in Freetown, the main cemetery is overflowing. At the height of the crisis, grave diggers couldn't bury their victims quickly enough.
On average, between, I'd say, 60 and 70 a day.
Recent heavy rains have reopened some of the graves. Incredibly, none of the grave diggers has fallen sick. But they have paid a heavy price for their work. Ibrahim Kamara, a government health worker, was evicted from his home.
They give me notice, I found another place to go. So, even myself, I was scared of myself, because if you sacrifice your life in this fight, you have sacrificed your whole family. Because when you get infected of this, you will take it to your family. So.
In the early days, the burial process was haphazard. Many victims were simply dumped in mass graves. Behind this white picket fence, there are 250 people in unmarked graves. To give you an idea of the magnitude of the situation at the height of the Ebola crisis, at some point when the graveyards were full, they had to bury more than one body per grave. Like this one, for example. Each number is tagged to a body, so you have 2696, 2697, and so on and so on. So in this particular grave, you've got about 6 bodies buried here. In 5 days alone in January, around 400 children were buried here. With the new rules on burials, there's also been an attempt to register the details of the dead. So at least their families have a chance of finding their graves. But many of the victims will likely never be identified. Nagila, CCTV, Sierra Leone.